All right. So your homework assignment would be essentially to take those 12 problems that you already have to answer, because you have to take those quizzes twice, and just do a little video. I mean, there are apps that allows you to record your screen for up to about 5 minutes, I think. But and this was years ago, there may be even unlimited ones now available for free. There's a version of Camtasia that allows you to do it free. What was it called? I can't remember the name now. I even made a blurb out of it. It actually had irregular conjugation. Oh, it was called. It was called Jing. Okay. So to Jing is to create a short video of your screen. So it's Jing. Look it up. They used to have a limit of 5 minutes on that. Whatever that goes on your screen is recorded as a video. All you have to do is post them. And the sinister reason I want this, not for my own benefit, if I have, almost 40 here, almost 40 in my other section, 80 students doing 12 problems each, that's what, 960 videos? There's a reason I'm not going to watch those videos. I can create a video bank out of those and make that as an available resource to all finance students. So I'm going to create a resource, but which means, you better do it correctly. Because once I know it is correct, they're going to go to the video bank. I won't do it this semester, but I may actually create an environment where you guys each also has to grade 10 of those videos, somebody else's work. Evaluating somebody else's work is a thing you're going to do a lot if your job does not consist of being the bottom guy in the chain. So you better get used to that sort of stuff. We won't do that this semester. This next semester, I'm going to teach 3 sections of this class. So I may vary stuff, which means I'll get some research out of it. So what do you guys think? Should we keep the current arrangement on homework and quizzes, or switch to the next one, or this one? And I'm going to leave it entirely up to you. If I get the majority, we'll switch. If I don't, you won't. Who wants the new version? Okay, I'll give you guys a day to think about it. I'll create a Google form. You guys can vote on it. Maybe sometimes when you ask students what they think in class, for a lot of different reasons, they choose not to respond. But when you ask that in an impersonal manner, they will respond. Then I'm going to make a response required, yay or nay. So if you respond, basically I'm going to give you 1 point for the entire semester. So whatever you get, I'm going to add 1 point to that. But I'll do that sometime this weekend, because we don't have to do the chapter 3 stuff for 3 lectures anyway. So let's start on chapter 3. This is a lot more fun than financial statements, even though it is related to financial statements. Financial ratios. Financial ratio is something simple to define. It is the ratio of one or more items that comes from financial statements. That means theoretically you could create zillions of them, because there are many items on the balance sheet, there are many items on income statements. There's even some from the cash flow. So even if you do a simple versions of these, there are typically at least 10 items on balance sheet, at least 10 on income statements. So 20 of them. just binary pairing of those, you're going to get 380. If some ratios combine more than one item, easily you're going to go over 1,000. One of the first lessons you need in financial ratios, just because you can calculate something doesn't mean you should. I can calculate the ratio of cost of goods sold to current assets. Can I physically do it? Yes. Is that useful? I doubt it. So anytime we put forward a financial ratio, you're going to ask the following questions. A, why are you even doing this? Because the purpose of financial ratios is to tell stories about the firm. And those stories may be directed towards specific audiences, but you're going to tell stories, short stories. So that short story should be interesting. You know, anytime you write a paper, my son, who's a senior at UCSC, is graduating actually at the end of the winter quarter. Thankfully, 1 quarter early. That saves me $13,000. And he's already writing papers for journals. He has no problem doing all the math behind it. He works on technically artificial intelligence, but his specific area is machine learning from EKGs. Using EKGs, one of the things he's working on now is how do you figure out whether somebody who couldn't physically tell you or show you what they want to do, can you use an EKG to estimate what they want to do? His current paper is about that. He has no problem doing all the work. His biggest problem is, how do I write the introduction? Introduction is simple. We're going to answer 5 questions. What are you doing? I'm developing a method to possibly improve how we interpret signals from EKG in terms of physical movements. Does he want to type A, or does he want to go up, down, left, right, something like that? And you can kind of train the model based on actual data. You know, you ask him, you read the EKG, what did you want to do? Oh, I wanted to go up. Okay, that's your data. This pattern, that's up. This pattern, that's down. And based on training data, you create a predictive model. This is called the predictive AI. And as you get even more data, you can train it even more, and you can train these models for individual people. This is not just about getting big data on marketing and trying to figure out customer behavior. Not that there's anything wrong with that. Big data learning and small data learning are 2 different things. So what are you doing? That's what I'm doing. Why are you doing it? Which means, why should I give a damn that you're doing it? Because I hope to improve performance. That means, for example, people like, what's his face, the black hole guy, he's dead now, can actually communicate what they want to do. And why is this different from what's been done in the literature? Here's the reason. Literature has done this, and he's doing something called data augmenting and stuff. And 4th question is, what did you find? I found these. And 5th question is, what does that mean? That's it. You write those in your introduction. And when you write an introduction, you're not talking to a general audience. When you submit a paper for peer review, if you're submitting it to a serious journal, your audience is 1.5. It's reviewers. Sometimes editors kind of look at them. If based on the introduction, they may decide this thing it's not worth to send to the reviewers. You actually get an editorial rejection without any comments. Or you send to the reviewer, you have to give the reason to to the reviewer to read the rest of the paper. And we used to do as part of our investment seminar when I was doing PhD in finance. Part of our assignment was our professor got a lot of papers to review. He was a lazy bastard. So he took those papers to the investment seminar, and we had to write reviews for those. I mean, he still went over them and made the final decision, but we've done most of the work, and we were graded on that work anyway. Sometimes these papers are 50 pages long. You have to give me a reason to read 50 pages long paper. If you cannot convince me that I should read the rest of it in the introduction, why? That's, part of writing.